Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo. You're here with Samurai Man, and today we have the Transformers Prime Beast Hunters Predacon Laserback. And as you see, he's a nice gargoyle-ish type dragon, because they all are going to be basically dragons. I'm pretty sure they're all dragons in some form or another. And he actually looks very nice. When I first saw him, I kind of didn't really care for him. Then I was like, you know what, I'll pick him up, and now I'm glad I did, because he's a great figure. So to start off with the paint, he does have like a yellowish beak and like some weird kind of purpley, a weird tone of purple for the hands and the dragon claws and the kneecaps and the face and the end of his tail. And we'll get into the tail later. And he's got a cool, nice little greenish gem, as you can see right there. I really do like the tone of that gem. Nice kind of glowy green. And the base color being red, as you can see, he's the red dragon. He's got a very nice looking little Decepticon logo, or I'm sorry, Predacon logo on each shoulder pad. It looks very nice. And his head sculpt for the dragon does look very cool as well. And for his articulation, you can kind of bring his head a little more downward, not really up. He does open up his jaw quite a bit, actually. So you can gotta get up, going a bit. You can bend him at the elbow, bring it up. His dragon claw is on a ball joint. You can rotate the whole, or from the shoulder you can rotate it. So there's that. He does have ball jointed feet, and he does have a bit of, he can rotate his legs down as well, completely 360. And then you can bend him at the knee, but that's more for transformation. And then he, as you see here, he's got a weird little ankle joint. Just straighten it out if you need to. So there's a good amount. You can definitely find some poses to do with this guy. Don't think that this is a standard position that you see all the time. I mean, you can do plenty of things if you think about it. Nothing in the tail. No tail motion, unfortunately. His laser back also does move. So I just want to quickly point out that the end of the projectile does actually it does proceed farther than the tail goes. So they did make a cavity for it to fit in, which I thought was a nice little touch. Just so you can actually get it to actually go through, because it does go longer. So to transform him, we'll start by extending his legs out. You know, calling pretty standard beast former. Extend him out, bring him around here. See this yellow part of his leg? Just bring it forward, and then kind of just angle the feet how you want them. There you go. So they're all straightened. We'll go ahead and we'll take his tail out. You just want to pull it out like that, very simple. And we'll rotate his shoulders so that way they face downwards and forward. We'll go ahead and pop his hands back, as you see. Just rotate him out. You know, fold up his hand in the back, just kind of let it sit there. Rotate him at the wrist, because he does have wrist movement, so you rotate that forward. Go ahead and do it on both sides. It's very tightly secured. Now what you want to do is take the laser and bring it out. It's on a couple hinges, so you just bring it up here. Fold in the tail. Just get that in, just fold it up. And then bring the legs together. There you go. Clip them together. So it's coming together nicely. And then what you want to do is just open up his whole chest area. And then flip out the stomach, the abdomen. Flip it out. And then what you want to do is just bring out the head. It's on a hinge, as you can see. A double hinge, so you just want to like fold it in and make sure it's in there very nicely. And then just fold up that piece again, the abdomen. Fold up the chest. And there we have a very nice looking robot mode. Looks very nice. Transformation's not difficult at all. I personally like having the laser staying on his back, just true to his name. Having it like that, and then kind of bringing it forward if you want. Oh, and also I forgot. You can actually rotate these little spikes here. Bring them down. They fit into a cavity perfectly made for them. There you go. There you go. Now he's all perfectly in his robot mode. You see those Predacon logos are looking very awesome on this figure. And the head sculpt is beautiful. I love it. It's got kind of it's a beastie looking head sculpt. You can flip up his shoulder pads just to give him a little bit more change. I like having them a bit like that. And I think that looks very nice. Also, if you'd like, you can take his whip or his tail and turn it into a whip. Personally, I wish this was straight, and then you can use it like an axe. This would make a perfectly good axe, but because it's curled, it doesn't work out that well. If you want, you can detach the laser. Oh, I also forgot one thing for what I like to do. You can split this is also that same kind of rubbery plastic, as you can see. Pull it apart. Gives it a bit more of a robotic feel to it. There you go. If you want, you can have him hold it in his hand, but as you can see, the cavity doesn't go as deep as the tail does, so he can't actually hold it straight. He has to hold it at an angle, which I don't care for. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It definitely doesn't look bad. I just like, since his name's Laserback, you know, kind of seems right to have it right there, to me. So that's what I do. Also, I want to point out, I don't know if you can really see how well it's coming off, but he does have some of that mixed coloring, kind of rust look going into the gun, which I think looks really cool. And it has it in his feet as well. But that's it, just the feet. And you can see I have him next to my Wheeljack figure. I don't have a Beast Hunter's Wheeljack. I don't think I'll pick one up. But this is a general idea. He is a pretty big deluxe, I have to say. I think he is actually a head taller, not a half a head taller than, he's probably a good half a head taller than Wheeljack, so definitely a good size deluxe, very broad looking, so that's cool. And he's a bit shorter than Breakdown. Not a huge difference, but it's there. And he looks very great together with him as well. Even though Breakdown we won't ever see again. So the real only difference in articulation is now you've got this new head that can rotate about that far and look up and kind of look down, and now he's got wrists that swivel. That's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same. So to get him back in his robot mode, we'll go ahead and close up the little rubber spiky bits that look really cool. Definitely like the integration into his dragon mode. Then we'll go ahead and we'll put these flaps down, split apart his chest area, bring down his abdomen area, flip out his head area, just doing all things. Actually, we'll flip out the tail first, get this spike cannon out of the way. Well, and there goes the bullet. Very light trigger. Oh, oops, can't do that yet. So we'll pull out the head. There we go. So just get it out. Bring up these spikes. There we go, rotate them out. You are supposed to peg in his head, but into this yellow bit. But for the life of me, it will not work. It just doesn't work at all. So I just let it sit, and then push these back in. Make sure it's nice and closed together. And then we'll open up the legs again. Bring down the tail. Push down the spiky can. Rotate the arms down. Make sure the head stays somewhat up. There we go. Rotate the wrists so that way the hands face back up, and the hands will grab onto them to their own little bits. See? You want to hear that click. There you go. And then kind of just position the legs how you want them. Fold them back up. Oops. You know. Rotate them. And then get that yellow bit. There you go. It does peg in very nicely, so you just want to have it unpegged. Kind of find a good position for the legs. Doing it on both sides. That's the tricky thing about certain beast formers. There's no standard way to pose them or anything. It's not like a vehicle where it's like you're pretty much just going to have it in one standard four-wheeled mode. And you can find any pose you want to do with these guys, and if you can get it, they'll do it. There we go, just take the tail. I was almost going to say we were done, but the tail has not even been put in yet. It's the most important piece. And there we have him back in his dragon mode. Definitely a great figure. I highly recommend him. After I got him, I decided I'm going to pick up any Predacon I can get. I've already got my Predaking, so now it's just, we'll see the new waves. Looking for Ripclaw now. Alright guys, it's been Samurai Man. Have a great day.